If there's nothing to hide, let's all see those Epstein files. I'm sure that if the Epstein files were published as a book and available at bookstores and airport kiosks, it would be a bestseller. We'd all be quite interested in seeing what's in there. The fact that Donald Trump is struggling so mightily to keep them concealed from the public should tell us something about what's probably in there. Until we know otherwise, we can assume the worst. What do we have to go on? Well, the history of Trump's uh, judgment against him, the E. Jean Carroll case, in which he was found liable in the civil court for rape. And we also have the accusations of, I believe it's about 26 women who came forward and accused him of molestation, etc. Then we also have Trump's own words about inspecting the girls backstage at the beauty contest, some of whom are quite young. And also we have his his words about Jeffrey Epstein, his friend, his good buddy, his good pal, who has great taste in women, and some of them are quite young. And then we also have his holiday card, birthday card, Christmas card, whatever it was, in which he referenced secrets that they share, wonderful secrets. A lot of Republicans have had an opportunity to look at these Epstein files, and they are also struggling mightily to keep them concealed from the public. Why? Well, because the Republicans are all aboard on the Epstein Trump Titanic. It's a ship doomed to sink. I guess if you're a Las Vegas odds maker and you're going to give odds on what the likelihood is that Trump will be discovered to have committed some horrendous acts in the Epstein file, if you were a Las Vegas bookmaker, I think you would probably give pretty good odds that there will indeed be uh, evil deeds and illegal deeds and acts of sexual predation against underage girls revealed in that Epstein file. Again, if there's nothing to hide, why not just publish it? Why not just get it out in the open? We keep hearing it referred to as a hoax, both by President Trump and by his handlers and his enablers. Make no mistake about it. Once that ship starts to go down, those handlers, those enablers, those allies will flee the Epstein Titanic ship like rats. It will be interesting to see what's in there. And now that we have the 218th vote for the release of those files, and for the beginning of the procedure to release those files, uh, I believe we're going to find some truly nasty things about Donald Trump in there. Um, Mike Johnson put off swearing in the representative from Arizona, the new representative, for as long as he could. What was it, 50 days, 40, 50 days he put it off? Unconscionable, unbelievable. And yet, in light of what he and other Republicans have to lose once the Trump Epstein Titanic ship goes down, it's pretty understandable that they would try to delay the release of those files for as long as possible. However, the truth has a way of coming out, and I think we're going to find out exactly how old those girls were and how many of them there were with whom Trump was involved sexually. How could it be otherwise? I mean, what other conclusions can you draw? If those files were set to prove his innocence in this whole regard, they would have been released a long time ago. Instead, we're getting little bits and pieces of it dribbled out as painfully and slowly as possible, with a fight every inch of the way. You know, it reminds me of my fishing days. You'd catch a big fish, you'd hook a big fish. The little fish would come out of the water easily. I don't fish anymore. But the big fish that had the most to lose, they would go down to the bottom. They would try to snag the line in logs or lily pads or branches under the water. Um, they would they would jump and try to shake the hook. They would do everything they could to get off that hook. And this is a situation that reminds me a lot of my fishing days. Trump is the big fish on the end of the hook, and it's pretty clear that he's going to get yanked out of the water at some point. We're all going to see just exactly what the story actually was. And based on what he has already revealed about his character, the conclusion that we must inevitably draw, until proven otherwise, is that the same sort of things that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were found guilty for, Trump himself, and Prince Andrew, of course, Trump will be also found to have committed. Uh, his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein is well known, well documented, and we've seen plenty of pictures also of Donald Trump with Prince Andrew. Uh, Evidently, there's a different system of justice in the UK where Prince Andrew, just by sheer dint of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, has been deprinced and disgraced publicly. Of course, that situation played out in a truly British manner in which King Charles uh, has installed his brother at one of his country estates. I wouldn't call that I wouldn't call it a totally painful deep princing when you're going to live in one of the king's houses out in the boondocks there. That's not too bad. I don't think Prince Andrew's going to miss any meals. I don't think he's going to have to go out and drive a cab or anything. He probably won't be driving for Uber Eats or working at a call center. I'm thinking the food will continue to appear on the table for him as if by magic. Kind of like the Ghislaine Maxwell situation in the minimum security prison, to which she has no business being in. The reports have come up. The reports have been on the news lately of the Cadillac treatment she's getting in that minimum security facility. Why? Well, she is concealing what she knows about Donald Trump. You can count on it. She knows more than she's letting on. But by putting out the word that she saw nothing, she heard nothing, she knows nothing about Trump's misdeeds regarding young women. She's hoping to get a pardon. At the very least, already she's gotten the best possible treatment that a prisoner could get, especially considering the heinous nature of her crimes, sex trafficking young girls. And who are the customers? Well, anybody who got on that Epstein jet and flew to the island are highly suspect, and Donald Trump is among them. So until we see proof otherwise, let's just go ahead and do the logical, common sense thing when it comes to our dear leader and just assume the worst. This is Fractured Headlines. If you enjoyed this content, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe if you like, and we'll catch you on the next video.